If there is some super late gamer I'm overlooking.
Choose your hero.
Okay, I honestly like the Weaver. I still gotta say LBZS are favored, but if he misses a rotation of them, or alternatively there is still supports that can come on over. Now Guo gets ice sharded up. Do they have to follow up Snowball? Well, it doesn't matter. They did, but it doesn't matter. When you're so focused on getting the kill that you accidentally feed yourself. Why, Chen? Yeah, this is what I mean. Those lifts, they aren't really poking him for a lot of the Death Prophet. I just want to see what the hell happened top lane. Yeah, that's bot. We saw most of that. I want to know how they killed off the Klings. I mean, it was probably a good fissure, just keeping him locked off. Wrap around onto TNT from LWW.
Top tower is under attack.
Disruptor, he is pretty fast during that early stage. If you want to play Disruptor and you don't know how to play the hero, just abuse your... A lot easier said than done, so, but... Oh, now the Invoker gets pulverized. As Chen tries to turn around with the Disruptor turning it. And one more hit is gonna... Oh, one more hit from the pulverize. Okay, maybe two with the Frost Shield. But PP, he was so close to dropping. As now instead Chen ends up feeding another kill. And that is what happens if you fall behind on that mid-primal beast. Task he wishes he had, if only he had mana for that PP kill. But he does not. And Disruptor, all he can do is glimpse and one more right click. And it's not even gonna do the trick because PP, he has 17 freaking health regen per second. At least the kinetic field should... Well, okay, no, it is. Never mind. Boots, Perseverance, Maelstrom, Dragonlance. Bit of a strange build, maybe a little greedy. Now Sinful Soul, this time around, they do finally get the gank, as PP is there to tornado and cold snap the crap out of people. LWW will get chased down by the ghost. That's TNC using the first exorcism of the game to get this team a double kill. Now Death Prophet, she gets pulverized but still has that exorcism, and exorcism is not something Chen can fight into right now. He cannot get the charge out and is just gonna go down. On the bottom lane, Ashes is gonna get snowballed down, is gonna get AoE'd, and that will be a Weaver kill in return. Exorcism, thanks to all of that huge spell damage being built into her toolkit. Weaver, however, doesn't, and with this build, he is gonna need quite a bunch of time until he can keep up with the Klings. On the bright side, that build also allows him to keep up with the Klings for longer, but Klings, he is gonna get himself a TNT kill on the mid lane as Death Prophet may have overextended the dive a little bit there. Not expecting the position 1 to be in position, and guess what, it gets even worse. Ashes on the Weaver. He goes on down in the bottom lane, but they are hunting for more. On the side of LBZS are gonna try to find themselves Dock Press. Snowballing through the Invoker Tornado. In comes a huge mana burn though. Necrophos, he wants the Reaper Scythe, but he cannot get the Reaper Scythe. He gets to chase Dock Press, I guess. That's it. Chen though, he says, hey, everybody is focused on this or Exorcism, I mean. And now TNT though, into the Spirit Vessel he goes, but being kept alive thanks to the Lich. Yeah, this is another really good combo we actually didn't mention during the draft. Lich plus Death Prophet, it makes the Death Prophet so much harder to go on, and as such, it will be a 2-4-1 when LBZS attempt to get themselves the highest value kill on the map. On the bright side, Sinful Soul is looking really fat. He is hitting like an absolute beast. Coming in for a contestation there as the Roche is almost down, truly almost. In come the Ice Shards, and that was so close to stealing the Roche, but not quite. Necrophos is probably just gonna die for that. Ghost Shroud only doing so much for him. Yeah. On the other side of that fight, PP gets killed off though. That is a kill that LBZS are really happy with, even if they do have to sacrifice Salad in exchange. At least you got an Invoke out of that now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Being at all for a change again. As I say that, TZY, he may not be able to press many spells before dying anymore, as Weaver decides to go for him, and look at that damage output from the Weaver coming out. Nice save, and Tusk in a position to go for another save. However, the Disruptor ultimate doesn't do enough to serve as deterrent anymore. The Courier gets sniped as well. And that's just gonna be a free objective going the way of Gorilla. Not quite yet with the fortification. TZY. Oh, he could be in trouble now thanks to that silence and Fever. He goes that through, but isn't even needed as TNT already secures the double kill. Now they are looking for more onto Salad. Salad's gonna fall. Y-Chen has the BKB, manages to walk out of there. Primal beat. Necrophos gets fissured out. Gets some life of his drain, and that of course will lead to a fear with his death runs, but in comes the turnaround from the Tusk, and in comes the turnaround, Echo Slam off the mark, so thanks to the Snowball. Still, they are grouped too closely and take all of the rest of it. Damage over time, shared like brothers. Now Klings, he is left behind, he is left alone. In comes the Weaver Swarm. Do they have the ability to catch them here? Can they go for Sinful Soul? It would be such a huge kill, but die. And I'm the carry at 40 minutes into the game, then well, that one bad gank kind of loses me the game. Wow, speaking of bad ganks, Ashes, he seriously committed into 3 people there and just got Reaper-siped. TZY, he gets left behind as the rest of their team. Okay, it kind of makes sense why Weaver committed. Because his backup was so close behind him. He thought that people were able to rejoin if he just got the ultimate out, and they probably would have rejoined in time, he just didn't get to ulti. Dogcrash on the Earthshake, he is gonna die for that ward, or is he? Yeah, he should. TNT trying to keep Tusk at bay, and Y-Chen goes down for all of the frontlining he had to do once again. Tusk will drop. Gorilla, they still have 3 very powerful heroes. Death Prophet, she gets Reaper Scythe down. Weaver comes in, showing off his damage, but he is still super susceptible to lockdown, and that is gonna be the first life of Weaver taken away. While Sinful Soul kills off that Lich. Invoker comes on in, allowing Weaver to finally chase people down again, but Invoker, he gets killed off by the Klings over on the mid lane for that as well. And Weaver, he still hasn't found himself a single kill as focusing Y-Chen may not be the best idea if you do not have a team to back you up. Well, okay, when he started focusing Y-Chen, he had a team to back himself up, and Sinful Soul just took them out one activated in your face. I don't know about you, chat, but it looks like LBZS, they are gonna play for that last timing here, because after 45 minutes, the cores are gonna be about equal strength. Oh, however, well, if you hit 2 people at once with the Burning Barrage in the backlines of that fight, after a good Disrupt the ultimate does the frontline initiation, then it is gonna be enough. And that isn't working out the way it should. Once again, Weaver gets himself in way too fast forward and way too direct. He is just gonna get slammed into the ground. 70 seconds no Weaver. With that Echo, Dogcrash getting a double before getting killed off by the Klings himself. Now, if they could get this Necro out of that, that would be huge. Necro instead wants to kill off PP, as he is not too afraid of a little bit of spell damage coming out from the Invoker. Primal Beast stuck under the tower with the Lich. Yeah, this is the power of the Lich, kind of like the Disruptor. They are just strong in defensive scenarios. They are some really good defensive supports, and now the Chain Frost means after that huge comeback, LBZS, they are still gonna lose their one. They are still gonna lose their Klings. They are just gonna be team wiped, in fact. Ashes, he will secure his team the first lane of Rex of the game from the looks of it. Maybe not if Salad has anything to say about that, but judging from his armor pool, he does not have to say a lot about that. He can walk himself away at least, as now Primal Beast though with the charge is gonna get Ashes low enough as he cannot press the ultimate. And once again, the Chain Frost setting up another double kill for the Lich as Death Prophet is gonna run people down. Tusk is gonna die, and the last one alive is this Klings. Klings to the rescue. He did kill off the one. He did poke TNT down in midst of the heal, and he does have that Skeleton army to defend for him. But he also has to solo dev 3 Crumb of Gold. They will start running at you. That's just how they operate as a team. Like, ooh, Master has given LBZS's carry an item. LBZS's carry has the game now, and then they run at you. And more often than not, it works. I'm not trying to, you know, roast LBZS here by simplifying their playstyle. On the contrary, I think it's a really fun playstyle to watch. And I really love it when chat still, you know, act surprised when LBZS do that LBZS thing. Another team that does it is Neon. Except Neon, they usually, you know, they wait until the gold lead is a bit bigger. They don't just run you down like LBZS do. TZY, he gets himself a double kill there. Buyback available on the Death Prophet. Earthshake has respawned by now. Y-Chan, he's still tanking the Weaver as best he can. That huge Primal Beast health pool has been doing work for his team. And Primal Beast charging back in, looking to interrupt the teleport. Instead, they are gonna turn on the Weaver, and Weaver, guess what? You still are not able to press ultimate, my friend. Pulverize? Keep that in mind. But yeah, that just kinda looked awkward from the Weaver, and now without the hard carry, Gorilla, they have to play this carefully once again. Have to not overextend. Dockrest could be in a bunch of trouble as he is locked in. However, he does have an Echo to lock White-Chan in place as long as possible. Allow TNT to Exorcism down the Necrophos. However, Earthshaker isn't exactly the best of tanks, so TNT is still gonna be exposed to the Klings' arrows. TNT keeping himself alive. Nice Spirit Siphon to keep White-Chan off his back. TZY, he gets Chain Frosted up and ooh, manages to live with just one more bounce remaining. Now instead Guo goes on down for that, and with that it will be TNT dead too. Okay, well there's still one Rex, just one lane of Rex standing. They have done this to a lot of strong teams before. Pull a comeback when you least expect it. And sell it. Get himself a nice ownage by always punching up Dockrest. Should LBZS actually advance through these playoffs? I think they're gonna face Atlantis soon. I'm still waiting for the rematch, Atlantis against LBZS, because that was a super close series too, and that was some really hyped Dota. Now, yeah, Ashes, he's just no longer a hero as he does not get to press ultimate. Y-Chan, he dies for that, but I think you're just fine trading yourself for the 1 and now the 3 as well. Necro all too happy with that Reaper Scythe, and yeah, GG gets called by Doctors as he realizes Weaver simply cannot carry this. Weaver, he missed like 5 or 6 time lapses in a row, but I can't blame the player for missing it.
Juggernaut. You may now select your heroes.
And it's gonna be a Jug. Not as well, LBZS, they are an aggressive team. They do like to end games to go to their laning stage. And that is gonna be the last hook onto LWW. Crystal Maiden. She does have a fairy fight. TZY with the Firefly, he is gonna try to get Guo. Guo surprisingly tanky though. As yeah, Phoenix, he had 10 magic stick charges. Bad Rider kind of risking his life away. Crystal Maiden is gonna get right clicked down by Dockrest, but Sinful Soul will turn that into a spin kill onto the Pangolier. So he's pretty satisfied with the outcome of that. Crystal Maiden is worth the support on the mid lane, but around the mid lane you expect them to go for a hook play, right? So that everybody is ready to sidestep. Sinful Soul, that's a kill they cannot afford to give away. Trying to dodge exactly that swashbuckle that ended up hitting him there. And that's just gonna be that Jugger. He is not worth too much gold, but the gold he is missing out on, and that delayed timing on his farm items, it is gonna affect LBZS a huge deal. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go with the draft you're comfortable with. Proving that Ashes, he gets another kill on the Bad Rider in this top lane. It is looking so easy for the patch. He is going 3-0-1. just getting really good XP, getting some really good hooks. Y-Chen, he wanted to maintain rune control and he gets ganked down with the Rubik, and not the other way around. Pudge is having the way better game right now, but he is also an early game hero that kind of comes online at around this timing. Guo, he is gonna go down. Pudge hooks in Salad as they are trying to turn around with the Rubik coming in. Rubik not quite able to secure the follow-up kill though. So far, 1-0 for LBZS, and LBZS, they want to go for more onto the Rubik. Dockress, he is taking down low health. He is surrounded by fireflies and getting flame broken. Now Ashes. Oof, I talk about Pudge having a good game and then that happens. The Caster's curse is real. Voice line coming out from Salad just asking what. Over on the top lane, Crystal Maiden got hooked, got killed off. Now Pudge looking for more, comes on in, and there is the Phoenix egg. Pudge just trying to run down Salad together with the Supernova. It's gonna get the flashy before dying. And that was a tower kill, so the gold's gonna be split up. Pudge, I think, really happy. And in that regard, Phoenix is a really good hero to give you vision, right? He dives and then he's out of the way for the hook after having discovered where the enemies are for you. And another one. This time around I catched it. Yeah, Ashes, he's going ham. 8, 3 and 2, 8 flash heap stacks. Salad on the mid lane is gonna die as well, and LBZS are starting to fall behind significantly. 2k gold lead for the side of Gorilla. And this Jugger, he still needs a bit of time before he can really be the 5th hero that LBZS are lacking right now. Also, it's now daytime, meaning Night Stalker is significantly weaker. Over on top lane, Pudge is getting ran at with 3 heroes in position. However, he has got a Phoenix backing him up, but there's the lasso trying to separate Pudge from the Phoenix. Follow up Root, follow up Magnetize. They just lock Ashes in place for so long there, we'll get the Pudge kill out of it. A very important hero to keep down, although Pudge is very hard to keep down just by killing him. Because 1, he gets flash heaps, and 2, of course, he can farm with the rod. Now they are trying to right click down the egg, but with his use ultimate, it will be a double kill for PP before the egg goes on down, and that means Earth Spirit goes on down as well. Gorilla, they do manage hero, but he is very much low health. The Magnetize getting prolonged, and that means PP is just down. He has got to proc the ultimate to at least get some form of revenge, as the return kill will be Salad, but Salad, I think he's pretty happy with that. He used the Magnetize to great effect. Now LWW, probably gonna die here. Ashes is hungry for some more meat, for some more flash heap stacks. Nom nom nom. 18 strength on this Pudge, so plus an Omni Slash, and guess who he's gonna use it for? Well, maybe not even necessary. Okay, yeah, there we go. Ashes, slash after slash, connecting onto this Pudge. Juggernaut will go for a spin, and nice freezing field to back them up. As that is a 2 for only a Bad Rider dying so far. Bad Rider as an offlaner, of course, he is pretty much that lasso and then death. Crystal Maiden also faces death here. If Sinful Soul could get Dogpress out of that, he is gonna be happy with though. And yeah, teleporting himself out with that spin to make sure he's get disrupted. Nice. It looks like Sinful Soul could be a goner. He is gonna try his luck on this use and only then realize, oh crap, there's people behind me too. Spin TP attempted, and against 4 people that should not succeed, but it does. Meanwhile, Ashes, he just kills off the Night Stalker and blinks out of there. Now looking for TZY, this Pudge, he can still man-fight anyone but the Juggernaut, which he has been trying to abuse constantly. Now Rubik comes on in with a lift to make sure it's guaranteed kill, but guess what, it isn't, as once again the BKB is there from the Earth Spirit, and Sinful Soul just presses an Omni Slash. Rubik gets to spin himself, and Juggernaut unsure where to position himself, but there is the lasso bringing Dockress to him instead. Dockress has a Ghost Scepter, which I don't think Bad Rider minds. Sinful Soul in a bit of an awkward spot, but Rubik does go on down. Zeus.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
LBZS, will they find the jump? It looks like it, but there is a huge Phoenix ult try and mitigate that fight. Juggernaut with the spin is just gonna get himself to kill him PP, but there is Patch's huge damage output. Almost getting him down now. Juggernaut Omni slashes away at Ashes, and Ashes almost dead. He will get him. Sinful Soul on a killing spree, while Rubik is taking down to the Earth Spirit in the backline. Earth Spirit sacrifices himself for that, and as the last but not least kill, Pangolier. Going for full-blown team fights isn't the way to do that just yet. Ashes gone on, but turns around with the BKB active. Wai Chen has BKB of his own, so he's gonna be fine, but Bad Rider is not. Used Silence and forced to go back. Rubik will keep himself alive with a spin for now, but Sinful Soul, he does have that shard to slowly but surely chop him down, and Sinful Soul is gonna die for that. That is 90 seconds, no Juggernaut, that's huge. There is that more value out of touch I just mentioned, as now Crystal Maiden gets caught, gets killed off. 18 flash heaps. Or at least right away and not just keep that plate mail then. Well, okay. If they get this A, if they could get some objectives after. Bad Rider, he jumps on in with a lasso, trying to disengage everybody out of the road well, from the backline. Nice Stalker comes, kills off the Rubik. That is 1 down, that is 2 down. And they aren't fighting at full strength, but they are fighting. And Night Stalker, the only one left alive, LBZS, they are losing one after another. If only they could have gotten one more kill out of that. This Roche wouldn't be free now for the side of Gorilla, but instead they tried and it looked good for a while. But I guess they should have just killed the follow-up damage coming out from the side of Gorilla. And LBZS could very well lose themselves this game. Patch, he gets caught out by the Juggernaut plus Crystal Maiden and Sinful Soul. He tries to go for a kill on Ashes by getting rid of the creeps first. He can only stash. Crystal Maiden is gonna die as Juggernaut does need his time. But the time he has now with that Lotus Orb punch is significant tank here. But like I said, the Lotus alone isn't gonna do him much good against the Juggernaut. Omni Slash is gonna connect there and Juggernaut jumps forward once more in the form of his use. Salad unable to spin out. Has to run for his life now, and in comes Pangolier ruins with Link plus Rolling Thunder. Down goes the Earth Spirit. Pangolier just dishing out huge damage left and right. Cheesy Y camping up the high ground would like a chance to kill off the Zeus, but Zeus, he gets saved by that Lotus Orb as well. Like I said, it is a huge item. And Pudge having it now, it means they do win this team fight, and I think there's another Lotus on... Maybe I saw that wrong, and it was Soul Builds next. Pudge, he is now opting for the Strength being there. He can always go a Heart of Trask afterwards to replace his Hood of Defiance or make that Eternal Shroud for some extra tankiness. TZY, he gets caught, he gets dismembered, and Zeus will deliver the lightning damage. That is just the Bad Rider, who with the double Lotus pretty much didn't get to do a lot in those fights anyhow. Night Stalker, he now jumps in and he wants to kill off the Phoenix to prevent that egg from coming out. Doesn't quite succeed despite his BKB and has to back himself away as Pangolier's damage is huge. Salad has to press his own BKB. He gets dragged out position by the Pudge. However, gets a huge silence as Sinful Soul now finally makes his way towards the enemy backline. Kills off 2 heroes there and is now going to start to work on the Pudge. However, Pudge, this time around, he does get the Load Orb off in time. Counters most of that Omni Slash. Juggernaut hooked out of position, but is he really out of position, or is he in the position he would much rather be? An Ultra Kill for the Juggernaut, and he wants a Rampage! Sinful Soul, he did it! By kiting and by having 25% more spells. That does sound hella good. Bad Rider, he is gonna get initiated on by the Pudge. However, Pudge will have to cancel the dismember as Juggernaut starts hitting him. And will get lassoed, but Bad Rider still too squishy, and that means Juggernaut out of position. And this time around they do manage to focus him down. That means Earth Spirit, BKB or no BKB, you are stuck in a lot of trouble. Crystal Maiden tries to go for a freezing field. Doesn't. As long as you use the time until Jugger is back and try for these kind of hooks, because one of those hooks landing well enough could win you the game. Pangolier, he is gonna get Rod of Ados down. Pudge. Saved by the Load Orb, at least for now. He gets kicked back, so does Salad. Salad in an awkward spot after the double Load Orb. It is doing work. It may seem like a meme build, especially when we see those weird double spell reflect plays coming out, but it purges the napalm. That's what it's good for. It allows Pudge to... Sinful Soul, he doesn't manage to spin before he gets jumped by the Pudge. In comes Night Stalker to the rescue. Night Stalker had to activate BKB for that, and Simple Soul, he is just waiting for a good moment to turn that around, but his Bat Rider gets caught and he still hasn't found an opening yet. Rubik with the freezing field means Bat Rider is just free meat, and so may the Night Stalker be at this rate. Weichen, he's trying to abuse the free pattern to get himself out of there, but instead gets hooked back. Ash is securing himself another Flash Heap. We may very well get to see that game number 3 for the first of the 3 of the day. Bat Rider after the buyback, he does try for a good lasso, will find Pangolier, locked down, and Juggernaut. He wants another rampage like that. Try and turn this game around with his tech. He is an excellent egg hitter, but oh no, Rubik with stolen lasso. Instead drags Juggernaut out of position. That's a full-blown team wipe of only a Pangolier buyback. And yeah, LBZS, they call it GG, as without a Bat Rider and an Earth Spirit for 90 seconds, this would have been Megas. And against Megas and the Punch, it would have just been tedious to defend. I understand this. There's heroes against Terrorblade and the Ember Spirit. There's better heroes against Terrorblade and the Ember Spirit. Alright. Weichen, I have faith. I'm gonna have faith in Weichen, but because that bonus gold, it's gonna be turned into so much damage and so much momentum on her. Oof. LWW, he took a double crit, but he is gonna survive. Instead, the Eng on the top lane isn't. Wow, it is always the kill you don't look at. Anchor Slam, it is good against the Enter. Down goes Salad for that play. And LBZS, he did now drop on the bottom lane as well. Caster's Curse is real, but a 2-fold. On bottom lane, LWW caught again. Spectre trying to hit the Doom, man fight him up, but doesn't quite have the dispersion levels for that yet. Spectre with a few more points in that dispersion. It is still really broken. Aren't really risking it just yet, because there's no Haunt available, and Spectre does want 1 or 2 items before you're even able to consider making plays. Is at least holding his own in lane now, as Sinful Soul looks to be going Echo Saber. Echo Saber into Aghanim, that's an interesting build. Meanwhile, over on the top lane, TZY 3v1ing, but that doesn't mean he is in too much trouble. He is just gonna teleport himself out, back under the tower, because why would he need to regen up to her? And now over on the mid lane, something may be happening, as there is no hyper tank hero available here. And Gorilla actually may have a chance at killing somebody. Salad, he will be the kill. Getting made there. In comes the Spectre with the ultimate though, and that will be a Queen of Pain dying. Spectre just checks up on the Eng. Is gonna go back to bot lane. And just preparing for that Doombringer ultimate to come on out. But Doom, he did not skill the ultimate effect. Sinful Soul may survive here. The damage over time from the Doom is real. Spectre too fast, too furious, and just gonna survive. Once again, and now he is doing what he is supposed to be doing, and does have a Ravage ready here. Is trying to get into position. Doom locking him down. Tidehunter, there isn't any backup, so you may not want to Ravage. Nobody's really coming to teleport in, and there's no Haunt. My bad, I thought Haunt was ready, but there was still 8 seconds or something on that. I keep forgetting that the level 1 cooldown is actually really long on that. Because at level 2 or level 3, Haunt would have been ready right now, and they could have turned that, and LBZS are the team that would have definitely gone for last game with the Juggernaut, and they got him a Rampage. And the issue just ended up being that a single Juggernaut couldn't solo carry the game. Ashes looks juicy, he gets hexed. He gets cookied and locked down. With the cookie, a bit of an overkill. But do you really... Oh, I was gonna say, do you really care for overkill if you're making space for the Spectre? But with Spectre dying over at the top lane to a Mystic Flare, yes, yes, you suddenly care very much. Not the best of trades, not the worst of trades. I don't think LBZS mind too much, because Terrorblade, he has this and just goes down. Warlock with the Golem looking to continue this push, even if it's just a bit of chip damage onto the tower. Cookie off the mark. And Doom, he eats the catapult, gets hexed for that. The Golem is there to help out, as is a huge rabbit, and that means TNT is about to die. However, nice Thunder from the Terrorblade, and while there is a Fatal Bond, they aren't really gonna have the follow-up damage without Spectre having a Haunt, without Shadow Shaman having the ward. Doom gets cookied up. TZY still tanking through everything, including the Queen of Pain ultimate. But Shadow Shaman, he shows himself to try and prolong Doom's life. It's gonna die for that. White in the meantime, he got himself a double kill and is trying to get himself out of there. Will get himself out of there. He went for the early Aghanims. Manages in reality just making space for the Roche to get taken. White gets himself that Aegis. Spectre on the bot lane, just pushing the TB illusion. It's just gonna teleport back to base because you can Shadow Step in as the teamfight is about to break loose. Skyrift Mage initiating on the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman is dead. Warlock will be the follow-up. In comes a huge ravage, but do they have follow-up damage? Well, they do apparently with the Mortimer's Kisses. Now there is the Doom on the Snapfire. They will kill off the Doombringer for that Doom, but Snapfire does lose her first life. Anchor Slam now out on the Queen of Pain, who was right-clicking like a truck with a double damage rune, and Terrorblade gets himself in good position to hit people. Is gonna do lots and lots of damage to White, but White, he manages to slow him up. The Golem is still doing burn damage. And now in comes the Spectre as TZY is about to drop to the Impetus. Sinful Soul chasing for more, but he has dispersion, so you don't even want to hit him in this scenario. Now down goes the Edge to a Cookie with that charge just dealing so much damage, and Queen of Pain, like 1 item lead on the Terrorblade. And Terrorblade is the last one alive after a team fight, because Terrorblade for the most part, he gets kited around or ignored, right? You do not want to fight into him while there is a whole team backing him up. Oh, Queen of Pain on the top lane gets caught by the Shadow Shaman. The wards aren't gonna really do enough damage though, and Salad, he just has to teleport out. Can't really do that. Now, that was level 2 ultimate. How is PP so tanky? Okay, I guess Witchblade plus a Sage plus an Ogre Club. That does make for a decent bit of effective health pool. And now TZY gets caught as well. LBZS, when they are not the ones trying to engage in fights, trying to initiate stuff, you can see them looking a bit uncoordinated, a bit chaotic. Then again, that was the Terrorblade meta, and Gorilla, they are really pushing for more aggression, for more control over this map. In comes the Warlock being tossed into 3, and Spectre there with follow-up on. They make that triple kill. Look free, trying to stop him, guess what? They reveal the backup. Now 40 seconds cooldown on Shadow Step. That means that at least one of these heroes is gonna get ran down. White can't get denied by TZY. Instead, TZY has put himself in a little bit of danger. He is super tanky and does have a Ravage, but maybe forced to use it here. Out come the Shadow Shaman wards from Salad, just to try and make some space. They are trying to get everybody back, and there is the Ravage coming out indeed. Now, nice amount of damage over time being dealt to the Doombringer is gonna chop him down, but at the cost of what? At the cost of 1 hero, at the cost of 2 heroes, maybe even, as LWW is not gonna manage to teleport out. And Tidehunter, he needs to get himself away. He will Terrorblade. He is still opting for that Silver Edge against the Spectre. But it is so nice because when supports are hitting you, it gives you unobstructed pathing to them and away from them again. Having these daggers fly out constantly while you're being focused by 2 or 3 heroes, it means you can actually survive getting focused down by multiple heroes a lot more reliably. Spectre comes in with the Manta Illusions once again, looking to kill off Dogcrest, will be able to do so and will be able to haunt herself back home. Excellent play by Sinful Soul, just sniping a support for free in that enemy base. Now, with that gobble up, the catapult is gonna be put under the tower. Go do work, little siege creep, and he is doing work indeed. I'm not sure about you, but I have the little siege creep bug skin from last compendium. It looks so dope. I want the bug towers from this compendium to go with those. Tidehunter, meanwhile, getting chopped down by the Doom, and they will follow that up with a kill on LWW. They may have an Aegis on White, which he's been using to push together with double damage rune. And Spectre may be an absolute beast of a raid boss, but Spectre, she really wants to go for heroes that are alone, for heroes that she can catch out of position. He's gonna put a dampener on Gorilla's push, but Gorilla, they do still have the Terrorblade. Except if Ashes, the big raid boss, gets himself caught out. He doesn't just yet though. He breaks the Lingus here on White, and there is a huge ultimate combo from Skyrim. In comes the Rush turnaround as Snapfire loses her first life. Doom gets the chains done to the face from the Tidehunter. Tidehunter slowing everybody up, forcing out the Sunder from the Terrorblade. And TNT is gonna get caught. It's gonna be forced to activate the BKB. So Spectre is gonna jump at Skyrim Mage instead. And now once more, would love to look at Guo Guo. And gets caught out. Spectre doesn't even bother. They say with the armor ignore and the Titan and the gobble up and everything, this Eng has to just be dead already, right?
Radiant's top tower is under
Spectre
attack.
instead deep pushing top. And the rest of the Dire have fled to the... It's gonna go down because there was no silence. And trying to get himself out of there isn't gonna be successful, haunt or no haunt. Yeah, Spectre, it may be a huge raid boss mode carry, but it is not immortal. Especially not against the Terrorblade, who is also online. So now a 2k gold lead for Gorilla. And Terrorblade, he is a hero that can very well stay on par with Spectre. Once you have that Silver Edge, as a matter of fact, you can just fight into the Spectre head on. Sure, when this person is up again, the Spectre kind of counters you. But just look at Ashes, he is gonna run down Chen, and with Mystic Flare, the Grandma is gonna die. Rip Granny. That means no more cookies for LBZS side. Something they're genuinely very sad about. Those cookies, they're not only delicious, but they are deadly. And they are a very important tool to set up these team fights, especially if you catch them on Ashes here. Of the overwhelming Blink Dagger as now Queen of Pain gets gone and gets a link to your proc, gets Shadow Walked at by the Spectre, and with the Shadow Shaman wards, that's gonna be a quick kill on the Spectre as well as the tower. Easy objectives, easy life, they say. Or at least I hope they say that. I really do. Because that is what I would say right now. As LBZS are turning their sights on the bottom tier 2 tower, but okay. Well, I am sorry for missing so many of these kills, but if Sinful Soul just presses Haunt for a solo support kill, what chances does even an Eng with that untouchable has? She will very much be touched. The deer will be poked. Spectre comes a haunting in for that Scarab Mate. He eats the cheese. There is a double Ravage, but Spectre has already haunted back out. If Spectre was only there to hit people right there, that would have been so much better for LBZS. But that little bit of sloppiness, it may not end up mattering. Okay, there's the AoE Doom on the Tidehunter. Double Golem still doing a lot of work. Fatal Bonds isn't though. And Spectre, okay, not able to hit anybody, has to get herself back, waiting 10 seconds for the next Shadow Step to be ready. This end. Spirit Vessel plus maybe, I don't know, the Thorough Blade, then I would totally say, okay, yeah, have the supports deal with the Terrorblade, have the Spectre go for the supports. Right now, that bit of strategy isn't quite coming together for LBZS as Queen of Pain goes for a nice ultimate on the Warlock. Warlock's only gonna have the one golem there fighting for him, and not for very long either. In comes the Spectre trying to touch the deer once again, but the deer is not gonna be touched this time.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Tidehunter is back, but without a Ravage. How much can he really do? As okay, I mean Spectre has Haunt, but W, and the Queen of Pain able to get herself out for now. In comes the Golem, spit out. And that means PP forced Blink again, but with the Dr. Green Core, he can just spam out those blinks. There is the Nullify from Spectre. And Spectre gets a bit unlucky on the Flicker. Queen of Pain manages to get away. 24k gold lead, and while the Queen of Pain got chased, she is not the hero that matters. This Terrorblade that is approaching the Radiant base for potentially the last time of the game. Of the tournament for LBZS, this is the last time they are gonna get Terrorblade pushed if everything goes wrong here. Tidehunter, he comes on in, but guess what? He ravages exactly 0 people there, twice in a row. Well, I think the first Ravage caught one of them, but with the double BKB, it's not gonna matter. It is instead gonna be a death snapfire. Now Spectre can finally come on in, show off her amazing amount of damage onto the Doom, but you can still not manfight the Terrorblade like this. You have none of the items that give you a shot against him. As Ash has just chose, he is the superior position 1. And LBZS not having a hyper-aggressive draft, playing kind of the in-between of that snowball pickup Spectre and the late-game Spectre, trying to dust the Terrorblade. It looked a little split, because I really like what they were doing with their supports, but Tidehunter with its lack of damage, maybe a different Chen hero would have also done the trick. I still think Ember Spirit Chen.
Right.